Ooh.
All right, we are back with Game Over Cancer 2025. I've been handed the mic. I'm Phil7, and I'll be hosting the Metroid Prime Randomizer, ran by MetroidMaster and his commentator Bash Prime. And take it away whenever you are ready.
Hi everyone, I'm MetroidMaster, and with me on the couch I've got...
Hi, I'm Bash Prime. I have played this rando a lot. Kind of switched more over the last couple of years in favor of Prime 2, but still dabble in Prime 1 here and there. You can't take my Prime 1 knowledge away from me. I'm eternal.
Yeah, we have plenty of fun times running Metroid Prime. So we are running on the 2024 Mentor Tournament preset. Bash, do you want to explain that a little bit before we get right into it and ask about our donation incentive?
Yeah, so this was a tournament that was run last year that was primarily geared for newer and less experienced players to get in and improve their skills. So this preset was the one used for that tournament. It's largely based on the sort of standard tournament settings you'll see in the Prime Randomizer community, and that's what we're seeing here. It has a couple of speed tricks that are you'll be expected to know in order to beat any seed that's generated with this preset. So some like movement exploits, being able to stand on terrain that the devs did not intend to be like used as like a platform, that something could be stood on. That could get you otherwise to a platform that you couldn't reach. Stuff like that. It's more straightforward than I'm making it sound like. And yeah, so this was what was used for the tournament, and what MetroidMaster is comfortable with, and what he'll be running on. I generated the seed and vetted it, so hopefully it'll be a good time for everybody involved.
Right?
And yeah, I believe there was a incentive, right, relating
to
something.
So we had a donation incentive to pick which suit between the standard Prime suit or the Metroid Fusion suit that I'll be wearing for this run. So Pro Piece, what suit will I be wearing?
You will be wearing the Fusion suit tonight.
Oh
Shocker.
Boy, Fusion! Funny enough, I actually also happen to speedrun Metroid Fusion, so cool, I get to rep that a little bit. So if we are ready, I do my countdowns a little differently. I like to reference fighting games. So for this one, let's see here. Heaven or Hell, Duel 1, let's rock!
All right, best of luck.
All
So,
right. Let's see what you gave me.
Fusion Suit's one of the unlockables in Prime 1, along with being able to play the NES Metroid. In Randomizer, it's just made available to begin with, and
First try.
it was modeled pretty interestingly by the retro devs. I appreciate their work going into it. Fusion Suit's colors are a little wonky. Well, not really that wonky, but when we get Various Suit, or if we get Various Suit, that is, it turns a very beautiful puke green color that
we are already balling.
Notorious. See right there, it's a very classic trick called Space Jump First, except it's Morph Ball there. But that is part of the presets pool of like tricks that you might be required to do. The being able to set the trick level for stuff like scan dashes, for instance, like that just includes the stuff into the pool to be considered by the randomizer when it sets or when it places items in the game world. That doesn't mean it's like always required to like happen, but for an early location like that, alcove as your first item is pretty common with beginner tricks like this.
And there's definitely a good few quirks with the movement in this game. Your forward and backwards movement is a bit capped, but there's some other fun stuff with it. If you want to explain a little bit of that.
I didn't realize that was a nothing item. I just kind of assumed that Artifact Temple had something based on all the seeds I
Let's
gen.
see where we get Fendrana Shorelines. Okay, so that could be supers or plasma locks. Tower Chamber. Oh, I get to have some fun in Tower of Light. Okay. Phazon Mine's Ventilation Shaft. Okay, that's oof. Phazon Mine's Elite Research. Okay. No, Batch, what did you do? Phazon Mining
welcome.
Tunnel.
You trusted me, and I'm breaking that trust.
And Elite Research. So I believe that's what.
I think that's both elite research items that are artifacts.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm slightly okay with that, but Phazon Mining Tunnel means that I am required to find my Phazon suit to get that last artifact. So
Yeah. So the reason that MM is upset at me is because I'm great. So I think like a update from like I want to say around 2 years ago. It might be more recent than that. A scan was added in the very first room in Impact Crater, regarding the location of the Phazon suit, and you can set that to either be the region, so like Talon Overworld, Chozo Ruins, and that's the common setting that everyone uses. You can also make it a bit more precise and actually show the room name. However, to get into that room, you need to beat Meta Ridley, and the only way to do that is to have all the artifacts. So, this is the one case where the artifact hint or the Phazon suit hint will not be available until you have Phazon suit. Because Phazon Mining Tunnel is like the one location in these settings that needs Phazon suit to be considered like logically accessible. Also, I think you wanted me to talk about something else, but I completely forgot what it was.
like little bits
movement.
and quirks of movement, such as why am I twisting all over the place and jumping instead of just walking?
Yeah, so a movement technique, especially without space jump boots, that you'll see MM do here is L jumping. There's a very slight speed increase if you have L held down for about a quarter of a second when you input a jump. Turning also increases Samus's speed. However, that speed does indeed get capped when moving forward and backwards. So to get like more optimal movement, you'll see MetroidMaster twist to the side. That's because Samus's speed is not capped when she moves sideways in this game, which is why something like a scan dash, like you just saw there, is able to give her such a large burst of speed so quickly. And then once space jump boots get found, that further that makes all the scan dashing and other movement tech relating to that speed cap even more effective, because it just extends your travel time in the air. So you can cover really large distances once space jump gets found. And then luckily, MetroidMaster's sane enough to not shuffle scan visor.
Well, that wouldn't be part of this preset, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I haven't played the cutscene there. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I saw Wave Buster up on the ledge. Is that? Ooh, okay. I'd like to have that space jump as soon as possible then. All right, go ahead.
Basically what you just said, just eyeballing the item that's on the ledge. It means that you don't have to walk in and take a look. You can actually like turn off like cutscenes, or at least you used to be able to. I forget if the Randomania, the program used to randomize this game, has updated that at all. It used to be an option, at least. I think it still is, but at the risk of spreading misinformation.
You can't just
go
on the internet and spread misinformation, Batch.
Yeah. So the MetroidMaster is approaching the Hive mecha boss. I don't know if you fight it or if you skip it. This is the room called the Hive Totem. It is the logically first, it is the one room in the game that does not expect you to really have anything in a trickless setting, at least. So this is generally, if you're not playing with tricks, this is always going to be your first area of your first room with progression in it. And progression meaning in an item that actually opens up more of the game and is needed to beat the game as it is. So boost there is interesting. That opens up a few rooms early on.
Not in time. I gotta wait. And we have our first instance of the E.
Right. We do have the E. You're welcome.
I was almost
I
hoping
charge-
for
I
the
charge
other one,
for the
but you know
future
what?
uses.
That is perfectly acceptable. What is in the vault? A missile tank. All right, we can skip that because that is more time than it's worth to pick up specifically that item.
Yeah, the missile expansions are the most common pickup in the game. There are 49 of them, 50 if you include launchers part of it, and like 15 in the first 10 minutes isn't too bad actually.
No,
You have quite a bit to work with.
it's definitely pretty useful. Now I'm sitting here. I have boost and I have grapple, which gets me some interesting things to check. Oh, is that my bombs?
You want it?
It's mine now.
It's yours. It's yours, my friend. Didn't even need rubies for that matter.
No, just some dashes.
This room has actually 3 items in it, and with boost and bombs, MetroidMaster can get all 3.
Get a little beetle jam here. It's all good.
Oh yeah, they like to block the way sometimes.
And I don't have space, so I gotta squeeze through the little tunnel here.
Yeah, fun fact, that tunnel's blocked unless you pick up the item that is usually Morph Ball in the vanilla game, but it was the bombs in this seed.
Oh, look.
Oh, another E.
E. I mean, if we want to do soundboard shenanigans.
Let me know if that gets old. It is within arm's reach. I can hold off on future uses of it.
Oh no, I'm enjoying it. All right. You know what? Since I'm kind of near the elevator, and I'm not quite near a save room, I'm just gonna elevator back because having that grapple beam now just makes me feel like, nah, there's definitely something else I gotta check.
Yeah. So MetroidMaster has everything he needs to progress into the sort of the middle section of Chozo Ruins, the like Gathering Hall, Arboretum area, Ruined Fountain, and a lot of the associated. Like you have enough to, I think, to go fight Blogger actually, but sometimes it's worth it if you're close enough to go back to backtrack. You know, classic Metroid Prime kind of deal here. There's a room called you're going to FCS, right?
Frigate Crash Site, yeah.
Yeah, so Frigate Crash Site has an item that normally you're expected to have Gravity Suit to get, but it turns out that you can well, not only can you scan dash, but the even easier thing is if you have grapple, you can just swing with the grapple beam and get yourself adjacent to the wall. The side of the wall that this underwater item is in, and you can just get the item from above the water instead of needing Gravity Suit to then like jump to it.
Oh. Yeah, now I'm glad I went this way.
Yeah, very curious what this item is.
Main power bombs.
Yeah, main power
Ooh.
bombs are like just lit up like a Christmas tree. You'll see the particles clip through like anything. So like there's a super missile locked item, for instance, in Chozo Ruins in that large room that we were just in earlier, and it'll just show through that. So it doesn't really give you any room for speculation on what might be like in certain locations that are like covered, but yeah.
Yeah, that definitely
good
opens up a thing or two. Not as much early game, but definitely gets me some late game shenanigans.
Yeah, power bombs are very good. If there's anything in Phase on Mines, which technically there is, like those are required to get into a good amount of part of Phase on Mines.
Yep. So, what be up with my boosting here, by the way? Seemed like I was going, A little fast for the camera, yeah? So how's that working?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Explain the boosting mechanics with Boost Ball.
You go really fast. You actually don't want to hold forwards when you're boosting. You can influence the direction of like going left or right. There's your logically
My logical
required
missile
missiles.
launcher.
So, yeah, sometimes the camera gets a little wonky if you go really fast, but if you don't hold forwards, you can actually get the boost ball to reach pretty ludicrous levels of speed.
As we might get to show here, if I can... A little bit. That room, you have to be a little bit more accurate with your boosting. Little scan dash it. And this? No? Okay, there we go. About to become like Wario going, no, I missed.
Fun fact, that is his German voice actor saying, so I missed. But I think the compression helped the Nintendo mask the fact that he said that. And so people were like, no, I missed. And it's like, that's obviously a very valid interpretation of it.
I mean, could have fooled me.
Didn't realize you were binging with Babish on YouTube. He's like made that his catchphrase now.
And that it's another nothing.
Yeah, so I think due to technical reasons, Randomania has to fill the item spots with something. And so, for instance, we should start with Charge Beam and don't need 12 artifacts to reach the final level. We only need 6. So there are 7 open spots that then get filled with what we call the nothing item, which is just in this rando, it's represented by a rotating Metroid with a glitched texture. And then if you scan it, it says nothing.
Ooh. Alright. I'm going to come back for those supers. There's one thing I want to check real quick
That's
before
super
I get
good.
them. Yeah, this is a very super pickup for a super player. Shoutouts to
That's a Mario thing, right?
yeah. Shoutouts to Super Mario Brothers Deluxe.
I haven't played that game in so long. I think that's the most time I've ever played the like NES Mario Brothers, like on any port for that matter.
All right. I'm gonna take a little dip in the acid. This hurts, but what I'm gonna do is gonna be quite worth it. Okay, cool. I don't have to come back here.
Yeah, so you can do you can do a trick called a slope jump that lets you jump higher than normal.
Okay.
And nice. When
Yeah,
you're
I was like, wait a
underwater,
minute. Did I grab the super missiles? Let's find out. Yes, I did. Blow myself up. We're fine.
Yeah, if you slow jump underwater without gravity suit, you actually gain like a ton of height. That's another way to get where the power bombs were in this showcase.
That being said, I've not been able to get that slope jump without space jump. It is very difficult.
Yeah, it's way more precise without space jump.
All right, I'm gonna take a little safety save here. One, because I just knocked out about half of my energy here. 2, I can have a pivot point kind of if the next bit of this loop proves to be not nice. Blast caps, please behave.
You're doing great.
Just fine. There we go. All right. So I might do a slightly out of logic check. This, I believe, even on this preset, logically requires you to have space jump, but you can also just do a little double. Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Felt a little shocking there.
Shocking. Actually, not what I thought it was. For a moment, I thought I was seeing wave beam.
I thought for a second it was wave beam too. I don't remember where that was. Oh yeah.
But that being said, various suit will get me.
Oh yeah. Avert your eyes. We have the
places.
pink green suit.
Yeah. All right. Time to introduce the chat to Zoid. Everyone say hi to Zoid.
Zoid is great. It's an incinerator drone. It's a boss that it's not only an auto-scroller, it's an auto-scroller that can just randomly take longer. Or that does randomly take longer sometimes. Actually be a good time for donations, probably.
Yeah.
So it's just waiting for weak point to appear. There it is. Shoot. Now do it 3 more times. The boss fight.
This is an excellent time for donations.
Well, we do not have any donations right now, but I would like to remind everyone that we are close to our day 1 goal. Well, it's not really a day 1 goal, but we're close to our goal.
That's awesome.
$500,
Heck
which
yeah.
I checked the archives. It's only been hit on day 1. The first goal has only been hit on day 1 like 3 times. So we'll see if we can get it.
4.
And it's just as a sad reminder, it's the final Game Over Cancer event, unfortunately. So
Aw.
get your donations in while you can.
I'll try a goofy thing on this last hit if I can get it. Huh. Come on. Huh.
Yeah, there's a little slope you can get to. You can, in any percent, you have space jump here. So you can just stand next to the weak point. You can still get to it without space jump, but you have to do a little slope jump trick to get enough height. And you actually did get it briefly, but then you fell back down.
Yeah. Oh, Bash, do I want to show off the goofy thing to peek an item?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where you climb a thing with your face?
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
Might as well show that off, yeah?
It's your run. I'm just the messenger.
Let's me peek the item at least. So we'll show this off in just a moment after I get done with this cool puzzle. Also, cue the cool puzzle music. Like,
yeah, I'm glad they carry this forward into Prime 2. I don't think Prime 3 has a similar track. I could be wrong. You know, I've literally just played Prime 3 Rando like last week or 2 weeks ago.
are they still working on implementation for that in Randomania, or like for I guess main branch or multi-world shenanigans?
I mean, they're always open to it, but no one's working on anything at the moment. It's just maintaining the existing
Gotcha.
like legacy stuff.
So I'm gonna climb the spider ball track with my face.
Yeah, this spider track is at an 89-degree angle, and because of that, some of the collision triangles on the left side of that railing end up being standable. So you can just push forward into it and then jump, and you'll climb it.
That looks like a missile tank. Yeah, that's a missile tank. I don't need that. All right, cool. We peeked the item. We did a silly thing. We are all for
You did
it.
a silly, goofy thing. It's great.
Yeah, I did the silly goofy thing. We're gonna climb that specific spider ball track with my face.
Now, this item is logical. This is the... You get to sort of kill 2 birds with 1 stone doing this, but yeah.
And we're usually like, we like to get missile tanks up to about 50. Sometimes I'll go a bit higher. But there's usually less, I guess less reward for going higher than 50. Unless you really like using Ice Spreader against Prime Exo, which is technically slower, but also really fun, because that is the one weapon that can actually freeze Metroid Prime Exo.
Yeah, it's pretty goofy when that happens.
Alright, well, I think we're gonna move along. I think might be about time to dip in the caverns. I'm not sure if I'm really feeling Flagra right now. It's just a plant.
That's understandable.
It's just a plant thing. Like, what does it even do?
Yeah, so Flagra is the main boss of Trozor Ruins. Where Various Suit is in the vanilla game. So it's kind of it's a bit of a risk on whether or not you want to leave Flagra behind. It used to be more of because the cutscenes, it's like cutscene the boss, but Randomania has made that a lot better actually. So it's a pretty quick boss if you know the speed tricks.
I almost forgot something. Now, it may not net me much, but...
Oh yeah, you can get this item here.
Yeah, I can get this item. It's very hot.
This is the magma pool. You need a grapple to get across, as well as Varia. You can't use grapple without Varia because the heat damage prevents you from grappling across.
Yeah, if you take any damage while grappling, you just lose the grapple at all.
Mm-hmm. I will also confirm to you that that Varia suit is indeed logical. You are expected to do that double bomb jump to get up the item.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like doing that little scan dash. It feels so cheeky.
Mm-hmm. Looks like you're heading out of Chozo, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm planning to go to Magmore Caverns from the... I would say from the front. I can't do the loop because I don't have space jump yet.
Yeah, I can't do the little shortcut. That door is actually like locked in the vanilla game, and then Randomizer reopens it up. Makes things a bit more interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because it also like just makes for really nice shortcuts. That being said, there is another item that I can grab on the way that I did not grab earlier.
Oh yeah, this item. This is a pretty easy to miss one, especially if you've already done a pass through of this part of Chozo Ruins to get to, you know, either the Hive Mecha or the elevator.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to hot dog.
I think every Prime Rando player has done that at least once. Because you only need morph ball and morph ball bombs, and you're good.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna skip the mini boss again. Because if at any point, since I've skipped it once before, even though I grabbed the item, it's still active. So if I land in the trigger zone for that fight, it will start the fight. And we don't want that.
What's funny is that the door you use to come in is not actually locked. So you can scan dash out and then wade through the water and basically unload the room and reload the room, and then the boss will just reset.
But either way, that's slow. And we don't like to go slow. Whoa. Almost started off some infinite speed there without intending to.
I don't think you could have gotten infinite speed like that there.
Probably not, but I definitely seemed a little caught on collision somewhere.
Actually, you might be right. I forget exactly like how the if you actually get frictionless morph ball movement. I forget if the game will just eventually reposition you.
Ooh. That's interesting.
Thermal visor for a thermal room.
Sorry, everyone goes blind for a little bit.
Oh, my eyes.
Just to show you what thermal visor does.
Shoutouts to TGC Vision.
Can I make that? Nope. Okay, nope. Can't do that without space. Got it. Gotta go the long.
I mean, you probably could.
Or I could just be smart and grapple.
There was a collision there I think you could have jumped out of, onto even with without space jump.
Let me go. No grab, please.
Oh yeah, shoutouts to the Magmore Caverns music.
Right, alright. I'm gonna peek this. I can't grab it yet, but... Okay, it's just a missile. Let's check down here, since we're here.
I feel like Storage Caverns also, this room coming up is also a pretty easy one to miss. Because you only need Morph Ball and Varia Suit. You don't need or like once you're in Magmore, you only need Varia Suit to survive, and then you just need Morph Ball to get in there.
I'm at 50. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, you're at a pretty good count right now for being 26 minutes in.
Right. Ooh, thank you.
Even like
for the
Prime 2,
follow.
I'll kind of just accumulate missiles over time. But I think there was one Prime 2 seed I did recently where I had like, I think 30 missiles. I just did not pick up like any expansions like during one run.
Also, Prime drop system is an absolute scam.
Yeah, they fixed that in Prime 2 and 3 to give you ammunition for stuff you're out of. It's a lot better. It's not perfect, but it is so much better than Prime 1.
Which is wild because I feel like in terms of like some of the like goofy, well, okay, no, Prime 2 also does give you some like goofy flashy movement with like screw attack and stuff like that. So I do need to give Prime 2 credit where it's due, other than the fact that they nerfed the dashing.
So are you I'm not sure if what your game plan is currently, but this is just some Magmor movement, I think, right? Are you
Yeah,
race stick?
well, so, oh, right, I don't have space. All right, you know what? I'm gonna check race tank. I almost forgot for a moment that, like, oh yeah, there's a couple parts in Magmor that I can still check. All right.
Oh, I wasn't trying to like change your decision making.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I think we did get a donation though, so I wasn't sure if you
Oh,
wanted to
yeah. If we got
not
time.
to do not to do Pro Piece's job for him, but
No, if we have any donations,
Yeah,
by all means.
You guys had a lot to say, so I didn't want to interrupt you too much.
Nah, you're fine. Go
Appreciate
for
that.
it.
We did have a $25 donation from, I'm going to screw this up, Veritia Wild. That's probably right.
what's up, Russia?
They say, hope everyone's having a good night and a good day beyond. As a cancer survivor, I was lucky to avoid the worst, but many others are not so fortunate. I'm happy to do what I can to help. Also, bash vetting into PMT, bash prime sus. Please post that emote. I'd like to see that.
Oh,
That's a good one.
It is. Thank you, Rashia. I appreciate it. Fun thing also, I am also a cancer survivor. Thyroid cancer. I am like 16 years cancer-free and counting. So like stuff like this is always important to me, in which like if I can help people not have to go through the same mess that I did, you know, I'm all for it.
I don't think I ever knew that about you actually, or if you did, I apologize for forgetting. My goodness.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, I talked a little bit about it during my SGDQ 2023 run at the end of it. That was like my, I guess, big speech, what have you. You know, it's definitely a time.
Oh, you did mention that. That's right. I'm so sorry for your run was so forgettable, dude. I'm kidding. You're a man.
I mean,
You're
you
the
know,
homie.
it's
Homie. I am now banned from all future MetroidMaster runs.
Nah, you're good. So that being said, we're leaving Magmor Caverns for a little bit, and we're heading up into one of my favorite areas in the game, Fendrana Drifts. It's very chill.
Yeah, Prime is known for its great soundtrack, and of course, Magmor Caverns has the Lower Norfair remix from Super Metroid, and Fen is just a fantastic piece of music. Shoutouts to Kenji Yamamoto. Don't know if he is back helming the composition for Prime 4, or if he's doing supervisory stuff, but I'm sure he's involved in some way or another.
We'll find
for
out
Prime 4
soon.
Beyond.
All right, well, there's our... That's one artifact. Can't quite peek that other item yet, so...
Shoreline's Hint is interesting because it's one of two potential places, and they both require different things that in order to get. So that one is kind of preferable because that's only locked by plasma, and you always need plasma to beat the game. At least with these settings.
Yep. I mean, I would imagine plasma would be required to beat Exo in any settings, unless there's
Right. Well, even if you
something
do
that I'm
Exo
missing.
skip, Well, even if you do exo skip, you still need plasma to actually get to the spot where exo skip happens.
Yeah.
So that's the one beam you absolutely cannot skip.
Alright, so nothing there. I don't have Spider Ball yet, so... I don't have Spider Ball or Space, so peeking this item is... I believe not possible.
I remember there, like, when I was doing, like, old school rando back in, like, 2014, 2015, or not 2014, like, 2017-ish, I think I recall there being some, like, weird, like, weirdly precise thing with, like, the morph ball that lets you clip the camera into part of the wall, but, like, I don't ever use it.
Yeah, it's a little off there. Alright. Now, it might be possible that I will have to backtrack and actually go fight Plant if I do not find progression in this room.
Yeah, this room can troll sometimes because this is like the one really accessible Findrana item. If you don't have Plasma Beam, that is, which doesn't. Fun fact, you actually don't need Boost Ball to exit this room. There's some crates you can stand on.
Yeah, shoutouts to Maximilian Dude for in his vanilla run of the game. Like he's playing the game for the first time and he's playing remastered. Ooh, there's Wave Beam.
Oh, and he did that like just
Yeah, he just
intuitively.
yeah, he just grabbed Boost Ball. It does the cutscene showing the half pipe, and he just leaves with the crates.
That's awesome. Bit of a down there. That's okay. You're actually committing to this. What is this?
Committed down, yeah.
That looks shiny.
That is my Wave Beam. Alright, so now I get to do some more Tony Hawk to get out.
Wave Beam is one of the better items for Randomizer. There are a lot of Wave Beam doors that close off a lot of mid-game sections. Not to mention it's needed for the final boss. So Wave Beam, you're usually looking for, or you're usually expecting Wave Beam to pop up in the early to mid section of a Randomizer. Just kind of depends on where and when it wants to be found.
That being said, I can't quite get up to that. I have not been frozen by Baby Shegoth in a long time, and never in a rando run. That's never happened before.
Skill issue.
Clearly. Okay. I'm feeling like going back to start, so let's go hit the save room here, get my health back, number one. Number two.
Yeah, one of the... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, number two, get back to my shit.
Yeah, so one of the best features in the Prime Randos is the warp to start feature. I think AM2R might have that too, but I'm not sure. Or even I think most of the Randomania Metroids have this, where you're given an option to warp to start, and you're never logically expected to use it as a means of escaping, but it's a very good anti-soft lock measure.
Can't reach that yet. I'm very curious as to where my space jump is at this point.
Could be a case of Occam's Razor. It could be a case of Bash Prime.
Bash, did you
I'm
seriously
shocked I
get
have an emote
hacked
for
by a
this.
Resbit?
Wait, did I? What?
Chat says the guy who got Resbitted a few months ago.
Okay. You know what? I'll take that. That's fine. My hubris remains intact.
The hubris, indeed. All right. I need to go back across Magma Pool, because there's another check there behind Wave Beam. I can peek another item. I'm not entirely sure if I can get that other item, though, because I believe that other one requires Spider Ball.
I think that one is spider locked. I mean, you can still check it.
Yeah, I can absolutely peek it to see if I need it. Oh, Varisha, it was the, getting frozen by a baby Shiga in a rando run for me.
I'm shocked I had that emote just available as a response to Strizer.
So I wonder how many people would have missed this item, because, like, seriously, there's my space jump. Alrighty. Now we're in business.
Yeah, Space Jump is arguably the best item in the game. Your movement options increase like just to ridiculous degrees, especially when you know certain movement tricks. It makes like probably the entire like mid to back half of the game pretty much accessible in terms of platforming. Fun fact: when I genned this seed, that Space Jump location was not, I don't think, what I considered. I think I just wanted to troll. I think PMT was part of it. I genned a lot. I genned a lot of Phazon mining tunnel seeds. Randovania places Phazon mining tunnel like quite often, just because of how late game of a check it is.
All right, time to grab an item that I don't particularly need, but I do like this item.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Time to go grab an artifact. Like, I know this is here. I might as well. I'm already here. There's no reason not to. And I get to show off some cool movement. So I'm just gonna hop up on this little corner here. Hop up on the corner, Samus, please. Thank you. No.
Yeah, this is a little bit precise, but yeah, the fact you can just jump up there is pretty nuts. Good example of using standable terrain to climb up to places you otherwise couldn't.
Now, I do have enough missiles to do this normally, but where's the fun in that? So I'm just gonna hop over here, stand on this edge, stand on this ledge, because this is standable. Hop up here, we're gonna do a little dash with the space jump. This is where having that space jump really helps out.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of whether you're doing this with tricks or not, you would have to do double bomb jumps to climb up here, and it's bad.
Well,
doing this check without space jump is just a bad time.
yeah. And now we're gonna show off a slope jump here. Whoop.
Yeah, there's an underwater slope jump I was talking about. It gives Samus a massive boost in height underwater without gravity suit. Yeah, there is your
There's an artifact.
power chamber artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are 5 remaining. Normally you have to get 12 in the vanilla game. That pads the randomizer quite a bit, so a lot of players prefer 6. 9 is used commonly in like the cross game seeds where you have a multi-world session. It's like a 2v2 format. You have teams of 2, one plays prime, one plays prime 2. And so I think to balance out the items a bit more, a lot of the presets involved for that will do 9 artifacts instead of 6.
Now I get to check tree, finally. It is a missile. I'm gonna take. If I can get my slope jump, I would like to take that missile. Thank you. Okay. I believe I'm gonna want to go back to Fen, so the quickest way back to Magmore is game. Thank you. Is up and over.
Yeah, space jump now just makes that super trivial. Yeah, with space jump, a lot more Phendrana drifts is just open to MetroidMaster. Still looking for that ice beam. It'll probably show up sooner or later. Wave and ice combined open up most of the game. Plasma mainly locks the very last section of phase on mines, as well as a couple of random item checks scattered throughout the game.
Yep. Ice Beam will open up another fun trick that I'm also like, I enjoy showing off. Like, some of the tricks that I've learned that I'm like actually like proud of myself for being able to learn. Like, I just really enjoy getting to show them off. Especially for those who are like, you know, familiar with like, you know, vanilla or don't always get to see it as much in speedruns now. Because they don't get done as much after new routes. I actually do have plans to learn to speedrun Prime 1 soon. I kind of want to do like a baseline time with the stuff that I've learned from, you know, the Rando tournament. And
yeah,
then learn
Prime
even more.
180%'s pretty easy to learn with the double IS route. That was actually the world record route for a long time. It isn't anymore. A bunch of tricks like power bombs, support bombs came out that have made that run a lot more difficult for if you're competing for like world record or just a really competitive time. But I mean, you could still easily get sub hour with double IS route. You don't even need to go out of bounds either. But yeah, definitely recommend it. It's probably if there's anyone wanting to like speedrun Prime at all or even Prime 2, start with Prime 1. Do the beginner friendly route. That'll teach you a lot of the fundamentals that will also apply to Prime 2. In a sense, especially as you get better and start experimenting with out of bounds.
Now I get to show off another fun trick. So normally you would use Boost Ball to bring this bridge up, but you can also just do a combat dash and just jump your way over. Ooh, X-ray visor. Okay. That opens up one or two things. It'll open up a check in Talent Overworld. So now I have both visors. That's good.
Yeah, you technically don't need either of them for the final boss. It just makes it a lot more annoying because you can't see Prime Essence if you don't have the correct visor equipped, and it goes between combat, X-ray, and thermal visor. You do actually need X-ray visor for two checks. One is the Omega Pirate, and then the other one is for the room behind the Omega Pirate. Thermal visor, you don't, unless you're playing on like PAL, but this randomizer I think has patched out a lot of those changes. Thermal visor is not on, at least on NTSC, is not hard required for anything. They did change that up for the PAL release, but again, Randomania backported a lot of the PAL or the NTSC stuff if you're randomizing with PAL.
All right. All right, now I have access to labs in Fendrana, which will have a few things I can grab.
Yeah, labs is a pretty, I mean, ideally you get Ice Beam in order to make labs a bit more friendly to go through, or at least like maybe Plasma, but we don't have either of those, so whatever we find in Pirate Labs is going to be a time.
Okay, so that's a missile tank. I can probably skip that for now. I'm going to peek this item as a just in case, because I had to do it. Funny enough, on one of my practice seeds, I had my main power bombs end up in this room, or the next room that I'm about to go peek. Yeah, it was a time. There's also some interesting things with how Randomania handles its logic. If you want to explain a little bit of how that works.
Randomania will take some measure to not force you into point of no return situations, although that is configurable. I think with these settings, I think you're expected to do it more often than not. Um, I know there's a new technically experimental setting that has kind of changed up the seed quality a bit and made it a bit better, but also expects you to potentially take even more unsafe risks where you could potentially soft lock. So again, saving often is recommended.
Yeah,
Um,
for any randomizer. But it's more, so or picking up any major item usually is used as a reference point to point towards your next major item.
I mean that's a good rule of thumb for I think even a lot of like randomizers, regardless of what algorithm they use. With wave beam, like you didn't have a lot of checks open as it is, so since you've checked most of the early game already, so at this point we kind of know that wave beam is your key to your next progression in terms of like it's just bottlenecking the rest of the game at this point, along with technically space jump boots too.
Yeah. Okay. So we have boost balls, so I get to do the puzzle route. Sorry for bright yellow boosting.
There are like a billion ways to climb this room depending on what tricks you know.
Yeah. Also, enjoy the cool puzzle music again.
You can even climb this room without space jump, but it's bad. It's not,
yeah, I'd rather not.
not a fun time.
That's one I don't think I would want to be trying to learn on the fly.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and into the drink. Alright, we're gonna have to
Nice.
wait a little bit. Ah. Wait for the water level again.
You're now going over estimate. It's over.
It's Jover. Alright, that's fine. We can try it again and hopefully not get bonked by would we even call them birds? Are they?
They're bats. They are called flicker bats. Sort of flicker in and out of
Existence.
the normal like the normal
Yeah.
vision spectrum.
Oh, well, that's another nothing, so we're gonna get on back out of here. And we're just gonna...
You mind if I step away from the mic for a few minutes?
Yeah, I think I just heard thunder from outside.
Ooh, stay safe. Stay
Yeah.
dry.
Oh, we'll be alright.
BRB.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take another safety save, get my health back. From here, I've got a couple options. I could go fight another boss that we call, that's called Thardas, or I can jump into Space Pirate Labs. Knowing Bash, she might be wanting to troll me with some boss stuff, so I could potentially show off a thermalist Stardust, which is also really fun to show off. And I've got full power bombs, so why not? Yeah. So this is Stardust. He's a big rock monster. I'm just gonna power bomb him at the opening. Break a couple pieces off of him. As you can see, it does a good amount of damage. He's gonna roll at me. I'm gonna drop some bombs, and it's gonna reveal his weak point. So normally you would use thermal visor to find his weak point and expose it, and then switch back to your combat visor. So you can either memorize the weak points, or, you know, just do the bomb situation. Alright, he's gonna throw another little tantrum here. Power up. I'm gonna power bomb him one more time. That's gonna knock out a whole other rock. Now he's gonna roll at me again. And I'm just gonna take some pot shots. It's a little hard to see because he's made some fog now. Super missile that last rock here. Just gonna roll one more time. You can see Sonic the Hedgehog rolling around like that. One more super. Alright, now he's very low health. He's gonna throw a temper tantrum again. Yeah. As soon as he starts dropping lightning another time, I'm gonna power bomb him one more. And down he goes. And I'm gonna let this cutscene play out because this is like one of the funniest cutscenes in the game. Bonk. And we get an E. Which is kind of worth it. There's also another item up here that I'm gonna try to grab real quick. Huh. Okay. And, oh, what do you know? French vanilla spider ball. Alright, that is really useful. That's gonna open up a few shortcuts for me. Oh, it is absolutely raining outside. So, hopefully, power stays on for a bit. Alright, since I've come this far, I'm gonna drop back down into Magmar Caverns. There's one item that I can check here. We're gonna peek this item, see if it's anything useful. It is a missile tank. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna head back and start doing labs from the front. Having that spider ball will definitely make things a wee bit easier. I still don't have my ice beam, unfortunately, which means I can't get into Lake Pendrana. I'm gonna hit the save room here. I think it is raining harder than it was in landing site. Not gonna lie, this might be an actual storm. So, fair warning, I will be saving more often just in case power flickers out, which it may or may not. I hope not.
Sorry to keep you. I am back.
Oh, yep, there's that light. Welcome back. So, you missed Stardust. And my
I thought you were
vanilla-
gonna go for him later, but I guess you did have access.
Yeah, I had access. I was like, you know what, why not? I kind of figured, you know what, you'd be a little trolly and that he would be required for me to fight. Not quite, but the spider ball was French vanilla.
Oh, in monitor.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, it made me a little glad that I
Good
went
pull.
that way.
Essentially a good pull, at least.
Yeah, I checked. Oh god, I forget the name of the room for that last elevator in Magmore. It's not like monitor station or something.
Workstation?
Yeah, Magmore workstation. So I checked workstation. That was a missile tank. Come here.
That random turret dies in one hit, despite the fact that it's the same like auto defense turret. They like gave it the same damage properties as the ones in Frigate Orphean. And I always thought that was interesting that they did that.
Yeah.
I think even in remastered, I think that's still the same. It has the same damage
I don't
data
think
in
they
remastered.
changed much in remastered, at least for Wii version.
Yeah. So Wii version's based a lot on PAL changes, and bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. So Wii/Trilogy version's based largely on the PAL changes, and remastered is largely based on that.
Okay, that makes sense. So, it is actually thunderstorming outside right now, so I will be saving a lot more often, by the way, Bash, just in case power does flicker or go
Yeah,
out.
no worries. You got wave beam, you got that electricity going through. Should be fine.
I wish I could power my stuff by constantly shooting a wave beam. But, you know, I don't own a power suit.
Oh no.
Okay, that's... I am so glad I had X-ray visor, then I didn't have to waste a super. Come here. Okay. Let's see here. Ah, yes, good old observatory. Yes, the item that was in the tank that I saw with the X-ray was another, was a nothing.
Yeah, X-ray is very nice for that. If you get X-ray early, you don't have to speculate on certain checks like the super missile locked ones.
Yep. Oh, hang on. Cue the puzzle music one more time. I seriously hope
Exactly,
y'all are
one more
enjoying
time,
these.
not a single time more.
We'll see if we have to do plasma processing. Although sometimes that puzzle music comes up, sometimes it doesn't. I think that's a layer-based thing.
It is, yeah. It's it changes if you get the item where grapple beam is normally.
Ah. So if you don't have that item, it doesn't do the music. If you do have that item, it does, I think.
So it's not related to grapple beam itself. It's specifically getting the storage depot
Right.
B item.
But if you grab that item, I believe it does do the music, or is it?
It does do the music. Yeah, the music will not play unless you grab that item. Yes.
Okay. What's up here? Missile tank. All right.
So we're an hour in. How are you feeling?
I'm enjoying this. I am ready to... Excuse me. What was shooting at me?
Uh.
There was literally no enemy there. There's no camera.
Okay, so I believe that is a missile lock change, or a blast shield change. It used to be the case only in door rando, but I think it's now changed that you will take damage from ricochet power beam shots off of blast shield doors. Even in normal rando. I think it has to do with how I think it's to consolidate how missile doors are placed, both in door rando and in normal rando.
No, that looked like shots from like a space pirate weapon.
I'm not sure then. I'm pretty sure that was the case, but I could be wrong.
Gotcha. All right, now for another fun trick. Hang on. There we go. Yay, we got it. So, what you might not notice, or for those a little less initiated, I just skipped an entire, like, big fight.
Wow, cheater.
And I also just skipped Plasma Beam, which I think this is considered a beginner trick, so it is logical. And
Maybe.
there is our Ice Spreader. Sadly, we don't have Ice Beam for it. No Nice Beam. Alright. So basically, the trigger for that fight where you have to deal with a whole bunch of space pirates on jetpacks is just past that door. So if you manage to just kind of slowly sidestep your way in there and then jump up, you can skip that entire encounter. And there is a way to do it backwards too. Alright.
Yeah, backwards labs is fun. You used to have to like kind of randomly hope that that pirate will jump through the glass. Sometimes you would have a mind of his own, but I think Randomizer makes that just consistent now.
Yeah, I thought they fixed that. Is that? Hey chat, speaking of which, we are now validated.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Fun fact, I did not really check where Flamethrower was. I just figured you would find it, and I'd be like, oh, that's where it is. Okay.
Okay. I'm leaving.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So that's one little unfortunate thing about not having Ice Beam for labs is that you can't really getting out. It's a little bit slow, but you do have the warp to start at least to make things a bit better.
Yeah.
Question mark.
That's interesting. All right, so I have Spider Ball. How else is that spider gonna unlock? Yeah, it could very well be ice on Flagra. The nice thing is I get to show off another fun trick with that. Also, I get
At least
to
you have space jump for Flagra if you end up doing that.
Yeah. Well, I believe... Yeah, no, I have what I need to do Flagra backwards.
Oh, yeah. I think you do. Yeah, I gotta do this skip again. Coming back this way.
Oh, there
Yeah,
we
nicely
go.
done.
I love that skip. Do we have access to bowling? Yes and no. Like, if I'm doing late Chozo, I usually prefer to do it backwards, but yeah, technically we could do it from the front. Oh, why did I save? I meant to warp back. Actually, hang on.
I have hung on long enough. I will not wait.
I'm just gonna do a little map checking real quick. Okay, can't get at that. We were not able to check that spider ball track item. So that's a check to do. Upper dynamo. We've pretty much full cleared labs, so that's all we can do there. Yeah, I think it would be faster for me to just save warp out.
The warp of shame.
Not exactly a warp of shame.
You should be ashamed.
Yeah.
Didn't submit Prime 2, despite the fact you only played Prime 1. Wow. Unbelievable.
That's okay. I'm sure Conster and I will be happy to learn Prime 2 soon. We just gotta catch
Fair
it when
enough.
you're free. Look, I gotta put a time on all the leaderboards at some point. Also, while I'm at it, there is another thing that I can check. I can't check both items, but there is just one thing I can grab. You know, it's just one more thing. Shoutouts to Columbo.
Oh dang it! I completely zoned out of through your Columbo reference. I'm sorry. Just one more thing.
It's just one more thing.
Now, sir, did you hot dog that check on the night of April 14th, 2025?
No, sir, I did not. It's a missile.
I went through my docket and I double checked that indeed I did obtain the item that led me to the morph ball. As you will see, my randomizer playthrough is squeaky clean.
I see we have O'Lears in the chat.
I need to.
My wife tells me she plays these randomizers all.
It's not quite the effect I was going for, but she plays that Echoes randomizer, and that's none of my business.
And I see my wife. She plays these Echoes randomizers. It's not really much of my business, but
I think our Columbos need work.
Hey Peter, so my wife, she plays these
No, what have I done?
You brought out the voice actor.
Which prime item would be Patrick Warburton?
Oh,
Maybe the boost ball, because you just roll on up as Joe.
Yeah, maybe something like that. All right, Dynamo, and then Plant. Oh God, I'm gonna have to do Plant either way. It's just oops all bosses. Which would probably still be doable in 2.5 hours, really.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
We have $31.96 from Ninth Wave that just says validated.
Hey!
Thanks, Ninth Wave.
Much appreciated.
Shoutouts.
Would like that to go toward an incentive. We have, I don't think there's any for tomorrow, but we do have a bevy of incentives available left for the rest of the marathon, since it is only day one.
Excellent, excellent. Oh, let's see what we have. Or is this towards a runner's choice or?
Oh, there was nothing in the comment for it, so that's fine. Just reminding them that
All right, let's head over.
they can let
to
Strizer or
Crossway.
Malcrios know.
Ooh, Ninth Wave
Apparently
says
it's Bash's
Bash's choice. Yep.
My choice. Oh goodness. Can you run me through the incentive? Oh, I see. Let's see here.
I want this.
There's a bid war for Love 1 + 2 + 3 tomorrow.
I don't want that E.
Hot sauce shots. What is that?
Oh, never mind. All right. I was gonna attempt that trick once, and then that was gonna be it. All right, we're gonna slow jump up. Slope jumps, please. Slope jumps, please. Thank you.
You said it was my choice, right?
Indeed.
I'll need to think on that. Sorry.
All right. Well, just let Strizer or Mouthgrove know in the Discord once you decide. 'Cause
Yeah.
They control that page.
What's the classic versus remastered bid war for Love 1+2+3? Where's that currently sitting at?
$0 for both.
Okay.
So you can start it.
Let's put it in the remastered.
All right.
Boys, we got Ghosties. Ghostie's gone.
Best enemies in the game. I mean, you have X-Ray and Super, so they're nothing
Yeah.
now, but
Okay. So, fun little fact, if you actually come into this room from the back end, and you do not shoot the wave bomb slot, the Chozo ghosts do not respawn in this room.
oh yeah, that's a little quirk of the layer system.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn off this force field. And now we're going to jump on a stone toad.
Nice. Well done.
Alrighty.
Also well done on not soft locking.
This is going to mean plant. So that is a little unfortunate. I am going to have to way backtrack now.
Oh no, the Metroid Prime experience.
Very much so. Alright. I don't feel like dealing with the ghosts. Alright, so yeah, it seems like plant is the play. I'm only slightly upset that I missed the trick for that energy tank, but unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to skip it for now. Because it takes too long to do the puzzle. It is a really neat trick if you get it, though. You can actually kind of space jump and stand on those pegs, and then if you do a rather high space jump, and then morph while you're mid-jump, you can wedge yourself into the morph ball tunnel, skip that entire puzzle, and collect the item.
Oh yeah.
And I've had it actually win me a tournament match back in the mentor tournament once.
Yeah, randomizers do be like that sometimes. Sometimes you make the right call on a risk and it pays off just beautifully, you know.
It was one of those, I wasn't sure if my opponent was ahead or not. I was like, I'm just gonna try this because it was like my last artifact.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I hope I get this, and I just nailed it first try. Almost stuck the landing. Alright, so we're backtracking here to Dynamo to check the upper part now that I have Spider Ball. Unfortunately, it was a missile tank. Got caught by the bug there. Now, chat might be wondering, so why am I using bombs to open doors? Or at least the blue doors.
It keeps you in morph ball, so you don't have to unmorph and shoot doors.
Okay. We're gonna do a little moving to another room. Now, I could take the front way into Flagra, but that's a little less fun. So we're gonna do this a little extra movement here. But I promise you, it'll be worth it for me to do it this way.
Totes worth it.
Yeah, no. Just go this way. Alright, hang on. Hup, hup. There we go. Russia, Wild, don't put that evil on me. Don't you
No,
put
keep
that
doing
evil
it.
on me, Ricky Bob. Don't you put that evil on me, Bash Prime.
I haven't done anything like that.
Oh,
Now
God,
you have to
the
decipher whether I'm lying or whether I'm pretending to lie. So
one
lying
of these
about
runners
lying.
always lies, the other one tells the truth. Alright, so, yeah, normally in the vanilla game, you don't have all this equipment when you go to fight Flagra. And, some goofy things happen in Randomizer if you, go into the Flagra fight backwards. Hi, Flagra.
So this is a randomizer change. Normally, it would automatically trigger the ghost fight layer because of the way that the sun tower room works. That's the room with the spider track, and the wasps. But because you don't want to be locked out of a potential flogger item, you can instead do this. And the actual cutscene trigger to start the fight is at the door. So you can actually more or less kill Flagra and then engage the cutscene that starts the fight, and then Flagra just dies. So it's already a pretty quick fight as it is, because you can just scan dash to the Flagra, like, or the bomb slots. I mean, where the tentacles are, when coming in from the front. But yeah, that's Flagra.
Ore Bomb expansion. Unfortunately, it's not fully expanded.
No comment.
Shoutouts to DK64Randomizer.com. So another little fun trick. Hey, that was a ghost.
Hi, ghost. Bye, ghost.
There it goes. Alright, I'm going to try to get this first ghost to spawn a little bit quicker. Can you not dash around so much there, buddy?
Did you say could you not bash Prime so much there?
No, I'd say could you not dash around so much?
Oh, okay.
buddy?
I got confused. My ears don't work.
That's okay, neither do mine.
Oh, that ghost just dropped. Unfortunate.
There we go. Okay. Whoa! Can you not Kamehameha me in the face, please? Thank you.
Those are just regular key blasts. Okay, first off.
Oh, okay, so he's just Hadoukening. Got it.
All right, so I was telling the truth. but I wasted your time, so there you go. Hey, if it gets you a few minutes closer to estimate, that's fine by me.
Talk about unlike that last one. Well, no, that last one was also up on estimate, but only because of the Phazon suit hint. Yeah, we will probably have to go to Ice Ruins East. Hey.
So I'm trying to think like what you still have left. What's your plan?
It's probably got to be Ice Ruins East. I think I've checked just about everything else that I could.
You've checked a lot of stuff, yeah.
There we go.
But wait, if it's there, does that mean that you've hot dogged?
Well, I didn't have Spider Ball for a good while. Like, Spider Ball was the most recent major that I picked up.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
And that was, after Thardos. So it's got to be either ice or plasma. Don't think I was supposed to get that. I did not want to kill the pupper. I wanted to take out the turret. I mean, no, we would still need Ice Beam though. We don't want,
Yeah, we're basically looking for Ice Beam at this point. Plasma opens a few things, but
yeah, Ice or Plasma.
kind of already know about all the Plasma Lock stuff
Yeah.
outside of like Ice Temple. I mean, if it is Plasma, that's really funny, but
But yeah, as much as I would like to get rid of the puke suit, I kind of do not want gravity at this point.
I don't
Unless,
even know where it is.
yeah, we don't know where it is, number one. Two, gravity basically only opens up Sunken Frigate, which I don't like doing Sunken Frigate. What am I doing? Alright. Up and hey, it's Ice Beam. There we go.
Hey, so remember when I told you? Remember when I told you about? Well, let's see. I guess I was. Oh yeah, remember when I told you that Thardos wasn't like necessarily required?
Right. It kind of
I guess
was.
based on where that spider ball was, I think you're wrong.
Said Thardos was not
Logically wrong. Logically, I think logically you still. I think you need Spider to cross Twin Fires Tunnel. And I am being what the folks call an ass,
No, I mean I would have needed Spider.
or what the folks call Bash Prime.
No, I think I was like I made the right play going to fight Thardos. That's for sure.
Oh, that was for sure the right play. Yeah.
But
Especially
I
given where Ice
should've-
Beam was.
Yeah, I should have gone straight back to Ice Ruins.
Skill issue.
To be fair, I was like, oh yeah, the.
You're taking my bullying incredibly well.
Look, I've been through worse.
You're killing me with kindness, bro.
I have been through worse. All right. So at this point, we're probably going to need to be starting to check back end of Fendrana. It's that, and now Phazon Mines is open. Real quick, just gonna double check some stuff. Vent shaft, elite research, shorelines, right? PMT and elite research.
Shots to the Mama Sheegoth.
Yeah.
I actually used her to climb up here without grapples. I learned from Dan Salvato randomly.
Oh,
One of his random streams.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right,
pretty
'cause
cool, actually.
you recently did a crossworld with them.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't from that stream, but it
Ah.
was like last year, I think. I was like, oh yeah, you can do that.
Well, I was gonna say shoutouts to Standables here, but since I missed it, I get to just
I mean, you needed Ice Beam anyway, so.
yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
What's that?
That I believe was my Phazon suit.
So that's one of the other absolutely 100% necessary items to beat the game. You need it to use the Phazon Beam, which is the only thing that can hurt the final boss, or at least its second phase. So that is hard required.
Don't you dare. Okay. That Hunter Metroid was getting ready to do some things that I did not want it to do. Yeah, you do need plasma for OP, but plasma could be just about anywhere in early to midway mines.
Yeah, plasma is the one item. If you get wave and ice beam first, then plasma can be in a lot of places.
More standable shenanigans here. Now this particular room you got to be a little careful in, at least with your L button, because I've had several times where I've accidentally locked onto a lower grapple point, and it messes my jumps up. All right. Oh gosh. Gravity suit may end up becoming required. We are about to find out. So we know that my Phazon suit is locked behind plasma. Hey. Sir, could you not? I would prefer to not get dragged backwards around the room. Nice E-tank.
Very nice.
Okay, cool.
Still only
okay.
have 3 tanks. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
maybe not
it's
crazy,
a
but
little goofy.
interesting.
Yeah. All right, so my plasma beam is either in backside talon or in mines. I think I want to actually, yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? No, this is good.
Yo,
I have
gaming?
I have a strat. The gears are turning, yo. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go straight from backside of Talon straight into mines using a fun skip that I'm also like very proud to have learned and like to show off. Provided I can get it in a reasonable amount of time. Slow jumps, please. Slow jumps, please. Alright, you know what? Y'all need to chill.
That one you don't even need a slope jump. You just need to jump from the one spot. You actually might be hurting your jump height by rubbing against the wall like too much like that. Or doing that.
Yeah,
Also,
or committing down.
ill-advised.
Commit down, it's fine. Yes, Chef Hater Jr., your boy does indeed know bar skip and has done it. We might get to jump some bars, yeah. There we go. That should lead me, yeah. Excuse me. Let go.
Nice. Keep getting bullied by the Hunter Metroid, please.
It's very rude. Alright, I want that refill on missiles too. Alright, so I get to show off 2 tricks for y'all. One, I get to show off reverse frigate climb.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
It is very fun. Actually, I'm gonna laugh if my plasma beam is on the climb, because I've had so many majors be in that room. But mainly because we don't like dealing with sunken frigate. It's a slog, a lot of puzzles, and there's only like, what, 3 checks in the whole area? Come on, up. There we go. And that's reverse frigate crash site climb.
Well done. That one's not too bad for practice. The one you got coming up is definitely the more precise
doozy,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. FCS climb walk so that bar skip can run.
That being said, we do have a few checks that I want to knock out before I do bar skip. Real quick, I just want to double check. Was that an E or a miss? That was an E. You know what? I want that E. I will take that E now. Thank you. And the fact that we've gone all this time and we still have not dipped into mines yet.
It happens sometimes. Sometimes randomizers be like that.
Yeah. Technically, I don't need X-ray to see that, but that is a missable. Nope. That was a really nice bird jump to those platforms. All right, who needs a spider ball when you have space jump? Ice does indeed have another bowling item, so that's also another possibility. I'm gonna try something really dumb. And I missed it.
Hey,
That's all right.
try. Okay, we'll get dunked on.
I have not figured out the timing of that bomb jump. That's actually one that I have not learned. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna try.
I mean, this is the worst room in the game, so there's that.
Yeah. Power bomb expansion.
Get a return on investment right there.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, look, another E. So many things I'm just getting to show off now. What is that? That's a missile. Alright, we're leaving. I want that power bomb though. There we go. Alright. And hoop. Oh! If I don't slip off. There we go. First try. Alright. Time to jump the bars.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Okay, hang on.
That was close.
Camera, please cooperate.
Yeah, there's a small hole that will let you fit through with more fall. I think this got patched in PAL. I might be wrong about that, though.
Hey, we're through.
GG's.
And now I don't have to do it again. Boink. Alright. And we're heading to the mines.
Best of luck. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Well done.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Welcome to Phazon Mines.
Phazon mines with just Varia. Oh boy. 5E. One, two, three. Go. Yeah, see, nothing bad ever happens in the mines.
Nothing at all.
Nah, we're fine. Sanctuary Fortress, on the other hand.
How dare you? How dare you place sanctions on Sanctuary Fortress's good name?
Actually, yeah,
Unbelievable.
no, you're right. You're right. It all happens in the bog. I'm sorry, the bog is a real slog.
That's not Bog Champ. It's not Boggers.
What's behind the crane?
The tension's palpable.
It's a missile. All right, put it back. Whoop! Really?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right, so do we blame the angle there?
Blame everything.
Okay. That was probably a really bad angle. Because it seems that if I go for that swing at like the wrong angle, it just does not. Yeah, that grapple point's really finicky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lower Torvis has a good soundtrack. I might not agree on Upper Torvis. But that's also mainly because Lower Torvis is just pink, a better pink Brinstar. Okay. Game, I'm gonna need you. I forget, do we have a name for this guy? The Wave Pirate?
I thought he had a name, but I can't remember.
Can't ever remember
I know
what
the
his name
Metroids
was.
in that room, I think, are named Irwin.
Ah. Oh, hey, it's my
would
plasma
you look
beam.
at that. And you
Now-
needed Wave and Ice Beam to get that.
Where have I had this situation before? Oh, yeah. The literal last seed that I did. My Phazon suit
think-
was there.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and then 2 of my artifacts were in Dynamo.
Fantastic. Oh my god, that's funny. That's right, that's right. Well, I'm trying to think. I think this puts you in go mode, right?
I still need to grab my Phazon suit and get the rest of the artifacts.
Do you know where Phazon suit is?
Yes.
You know where the artifacts are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in go mode. Congratulations.
Cool.
Congratulations.
So that being said, go back up this elevator and then descend from frigate. I don't have to worry about doing I'm trying to think of how I want to route this out. Because I have to come back to the mines anyway.
Oh yeah, that good old mining tunnel.
Yep. +2 in elite research. It's basically just gonna be like all elevator action. I'm also realizing it might have been just a... You know what? Yeah, no. I should have save warped earlier.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah. Okay, so back from starting point, we're gonna take the second Magmore elevator. Take that to Back Fen. Go grab our suit. Head back to Front End Fen. Grab our artifact. And then probably save warp back. And then do reverse frigate climb again. Go to mines. Get the rest of our artifacts. And then run back. Yeah, no, we're good. We should...
Sounds like a plan.
Keyword should be okay and still make it with an estimate.
We should be cringe. Well, by we, I mean me. I'm the only cringe one here. Be real.
Well, that seems to be the plan. Right, I don't have gravity suits. So I can't do it the fast way.
Can I sneak in for a couple donations?
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
Go for
So we
it,
have
Burpees.
$6 from Jeff Vader Jr. that says Bash chooses incentive. Then we have $10 more. Wait, if you'd
Oh,
like
wow.
to choose incentive first, I'll let you. But
Oh no, that's okay. Keep going.
okay, $10 more from Vericia Wild that says charge combos on Prime Exo for content.
You got it.
And that actually does hit our first milestone of $500 here on day
Hey.
one.
Very nice.
And Vericia, if you'd like either of your donations to go toward an incentive, then you may. I'm not sure if I asked you yet. You may pluck from the list, and then Prime. Yeah, you also have one.
Let's see here. Are the hot sauce shots what I think they are?
I don't see them on the list, but I'm pretty sure.
It's
I
a
heard
beautiful,
that,
dangerous on Thursday.
I think it's like each goal, they'll take a shot of a spicier hot sauce or something. I'm
If there's
not
any way
sure
we
off
can
the
put it
top of
towards
my-
that.
It's not on my list, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I knew it was happening, but
How about the live tap dancing bonus run?
Oh, if that's Cousin Catnip, it's so worth. Catnip's
That is Cousin
tapping
Catnip.
is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll put it towards that.
all right. So
I feel bad. I feel
$6.
like it should be MetroidMaster's choice. I'm not the runner. I'm just a dude. I'm just a small bean. Ugh.
It's the cool commentator.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Gotta have someone fun to bounce off of.
I appreciate that. I like to be a bounceable enough surface for other commentators. So that I think. So technically speaking, that makes me rubber and you're glue.
Something like that, sure.
Bash Prime.
Cringe Prime. Oh, 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 oh. Well, so much for the stealth. I love how you just hit them with the fully charged wave beam and they just drop and that's it. They're done. It just landed immediately on that baby Sheegoth. and boosted off of its head. That poor thing. Probably very traumatized after that.
I mean, most of the flora and fauna in Talon 4 is pretty hostile, so who knows?
I mean, imagine, you know, you're just sleeping peacefully and this metal orb just lands on your head and then just, like, picks off of you.
Traumatize them back.
Yeah. Okay. One more warp. 2 more warps, maybe.
Who warps this time?
Or like one more last one, one more last one, one more last one, last one, one more last one. 10 more. Yo, that jetpack pirate was juking.
They do that from time to time.
Oh, why did you boost down? Game?
Down? Down mentioned?
Ugh, there we go. Okay, we made it. We made it. Boost, please. Thank you. Camera. All right. Okay. Trying to think. Well, we got to do. Yeah, no. Yeah, start upper, then go lower. And since we've already done the bar skip, we get to bar skip skip.
So you have to skip it again, even though you clearly have whatchamacallit, boost ball to just open it, you know.
Oh, that's the thing. I did. I already opened it with the boost ball earlier.
Oh yeah, because you already had boost to begin with from the other side.
Yep. So again, bar skip
Back
skip.
then. My brain no worky.
I mean, neither is mine, but in my defense, I've been up since 3:30 this morning from work.
Oh my! And you're Eastern time, so
yes,
it's
I'm Eastern,
11:43.
so it's-
You've been up for 20 hours.
And I'm still
How?
going. I am.
How on earth?
Caffeine.
Oh,
Sheer
true.
willpower.
So true. So true.
I mean, I work at a coffee shop in the mornings, like.
Yeah, that's fair. You get discounted drinks, right?
I
Preferably
get my
free
drinks for free when I'm on the clock, and then yeah, when
Ooh.
I'm not working, it's like 30% off.
Okay.
Well, hi there.
Hello
Wrong
there.
visor for me too, but
Oh,
like,
no.
yeah, sure. Yeah, well,
Oh yeah, I have the 2 elite research artifacts. That's funny.
hang on.
That was a little bonus, honestly. I prefer coffee personally. I've never really cared for energy drinks that much.
Wildly enough, I'm not a coffee person. I've always been a tea person.
That is acceptable. Tea is good. I have a bunch of green tea
Wait a minute. Why? Hello? Oh, do I need
You didn't
to
kill them all. You have to kill all of them, I think. And now they should appear. Yep. Silo, the worst enemy in the game, the Wave Trooper. Actually, arguably the Power Trooper's worse. Because at least these guys you can just stun lock. But
Oh, the Power Trooper, you just super missile.
oh yeah, okay. Power Troopers are the worst if you don't have Super Missile. Wave Troopers are the worst if you don't have Wave Beam or Charge, I guess. Well, any of them are bad if you don't have Charge Beam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've had to go into mines without charge before. Never again.
Uh-huh.
Come here. So fun fact, these guys don't start their attack patterns until they've made direct eye contact with you. So if you just...
So that...
Go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
I was just saying, so if you don't look them directly in the eyes, they're just going to keep turning to try to look at you in the eyes. So you can just circle around and spam missiles right in their face, and they just go down.
Fun fact that also works for the Omega Pirate.
Yeah.
If you are able to skip the cutscene and start the cutscene to his left or right.
The other one's trying to circle around still, I think. No, okay, it's right there, I guess. Ow. Kurtz, could you, like, don't? Heck that turret in particular. And heck this power pirate in particular as well.
Indeed. That's Calvin. We like to eliminate Calvin from playoff contention.
Spin, spin, spin. That looks about far enough, I think. Yep, okay. So I forget, is it possible to actually get shot by that cannon somehow, if you're quick enough?
The turret?
Yeah. Well, the big pulse beam, yeah.
Yeah, you can. It hurts.
Too funny. All right. Up the tracks we go. Technically, all I need to do is get to the 3rd level, and then I can just grapple beam the rest of the way up. If I remember correctly, though, there are some standables that you can do to climb that without rotating it at all. I just haven't gotten around to learning them yet. Because they're a little bit trickier.
haven't done the spider puzzle in so long.
We've been Hi. I'm gonna need you to back up a bit, please. Thank you. All right, down to lower mines. Oof, poor
Down,
Strizer.
down, down.
It's past midnight for Strizer. And what's behind Boombox? A missile.
What makes it go boom?
My beam. Whoa. There we go. Okay. I didn't get my lock on, so I just turned. Uh-oh. Hold button. Cooperate, please. So apparently, being able to freeze the ice pirates and then missile them was actually a glitch that they patched out. I think they patched it in remaster.
PAL, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's a PAL change.
Which I'm still upset that they patched that out. Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, that's what, 5 acquired? 1 more to go, yeah? Yep. Alright, to the mining tunnel. Open up, please. Alright, so this guy's a little harder to circle around, so... Come on. Do the earthquake. Bonk. So another fun fact, this mini-boss I'm about to fight, normally you don't have X-ray visor, but if you do, you can spawn him from here, lock on, and then throw 1 super, and down it goes.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Alright, you know what? Do the maze for content.
Up to you. Oh, nice gravity suit.
For the content, everyone, power bomb maze.
May skip.
Oh, no,
wow.
I haven't learned that one yet. That's
Unbelievable.
tight timing. I know it's a thing. Let's go.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Alright. I could save, but... As a gamer, you gonna let me change my lock on, please? And now time to feed the children.
They were in timeout for too long.
They are hungry. They hunger. And then maybe I can sneak past them while they're distracted eating the pirates. Ow. Did y'all not bonking them? Alright, you know what? Sorry, I'm gonna have to vaporize y'all now. Also, fun fact, if you are on a spider ball track, the Metroids cannot grab you.
Yeah, they won't go for you on that track.
I think they just can't grab you while you're on a spider ball track in general, but you might be right if it's just that specific one. I don't know.
I do not remember.
Ooh. Free E? Don't mind if I do.
E. Now you're getting pretty healthy.
That Hunter Metroid was being annoying in particular.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? Stop that. Also, those creatures make like the most adorable sounds when you grapple onto them.
Same with you freeze them. They go like or some shit like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I swore on stream. Uh-oh, it's over. It's
Not
over.
on the charity stream, bad.
It's over. I know. Game over cancer. Game over Bash Prime. It's truly Jover.
Alright, last artifact, so now I need to book it to a save station, which I think it's just go further in. I think that's the quickest one right now.
MQB, yeah.
I can barely see in this room. Like, this will show up brighter on stream than it does on my monitor because of the new, like, HDMI adapter I got on my Wii. Yes, I am playing this on console.
Very nice. We are console enjoyers here.
You? Metro, can you get out of my way? I would like to do my slope jump here. There we go. Actually, I think you don't even need to slope jump it. You can just, yeah, kind of. Oh, we made it! And then
Very
I
nice.
fell back down immediately.
That's okay. No one's perfect.
To me, it's always impressive
Except for Bash Prime.
if you can R jump from the one mushroom to the other on that room. It just feels nice. If I remember correctly, you can just stand on one of these little outcrop pieces of Phazon and just hop your way over. No, guess not. Oh well. We have Spider Ball. We don't have to worry about it. Now here, you can just kind of base jump your way over. Excuse me. And we get to teleport back. Alright. Now the question is, can we beat Ridley, Prime Exo, and Essence in 15 minutes or less?
The answer may surprise you.
Technically, we got like, what, 17 and a half minutes? According to my timer, I'm at like 2:12. We'll be fine, I think.
Everything will be just fine.
We have strats for Ridley.
Hmm.
Alright, so now that we have all the artifacts, it's time to go return them to the temple. And we will slay a dragon. With flamethrower content. Oh, you meant all beam combos. That might be a whole different story. Hang on.
Are you gonna go for flyby skip?
I haven't learned it.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you knew it or not. So that's just my question.
Nah, that's one I will learn. Varisha, you will get to see supers and you will get to see Ice Spreader. That I will guarantee. Alright, come on, buddy. I need you to land. Huh, hey Bash, what happened? Where did his health bar go?
Oh no! You used Boost Ball on the NTSC version, which just basically deletes the rest of Air Phase's health. For every reason, this phase is weak to Boost Ball damage, and most enemies are immune to Boost Ball damage, except for like weak ones. But it's like, yeah, it's easy for the Morph Ball to get stuck, right? Well, Boost Ball does 50,000 damage per frame. Ridley has about 2,700 health total. I think about 2,000 of it is dedicated to the air phase. Unfortunately, his ground phase is not immune, or is immune. So, because of that, you can't just quick kill him, but it's okay.
Anyway, he's down. Now the
GG's.
question... Yep, GG's. Ridley is dead, and now we are on our way. We have one more climb to do, and hopefully I don't get hugs from Vision Metroids. Otherwise, I might have to vaporize them because fighting them normally takes too long. And I don't feel like dealing with Metroid set split in two. But we shall see. So this is going to be a lot of, like, just platforming. Oh, and I got grabbed. Well.
Platforming and getting punished. Got it.
Yeah. Fortunately, I have a way to shake them off. Unlike if you get grabbed by ice climbers. And Exo has run off. Darn. Time to chase.
Coward. The Exo's got 4 phases. Starts off being weak to, basically you have to, it's like the beam pirates in that it's weak to only one beam, but it can change colors at a time. So in the first phase, it's power beam and wave beam, so yellow, purple. Next phase will introduce ice beam to the pool, so white. And then phase 3 introduces plasma. Those are all basically in a random but static order. And then phase 4, it's like, you know what, I can just change colors whatever and pick whatever color I want. With good execution, you can kind of pare down the time on this boss, but the randomness can really add up sometimes.
Alright, gotta wait for him to charge here. It's gonna charge again. And I'm basically trying to get those little bits of extra credit hits when Exo turns around. Point, there's the freeze. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the double freeze because it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna dig. All right, so that's 3.
Oh yeah, phase 3 always starts with the grapple beam to its scenario, but you can just kind of, it makes itself pretty vulnerable. So it's
How many
certain
do I
beams
need
kind of
to
ideal.
activate flamethrower? Was it 10?
You need 10 to activate it, and it's 5 per second.
All right, so I need to
Same with
hold
Wave
at
Buster.
least 15. Well, I've already used Wave Buster.
Gotcha.
Hang on. All right, there we go. That's all 4. There's your content.
Well done.
Thank you. Slightly glad that I did not go for the ice spreader there. Alright, I'm getting a bit low on missiles, so I'm gonna have to conserve a little bit more. Ow. Ooh. Mr. Krabs, I'm gonna need you to like calm down there with those beam changes.
I'm calling Exo Crabs from now on.
Well, and then Essence is Squidward, by the way.
Yeah. True. So true.
Also, never underestimate the burn damage from like charged plasma beam. It's really nice.
It does a decent bit. It's also not affected by hard mode.
Yeah.
Same with power bomb damage.
All right. Time for Mr. Squidward.
Just to have all the visors to make this
Yeah,
pretty
this should
manageable.
go by fairly quick. We'll see though. Provided Squidward here plays fairly nice.
Mhm.
Oh. Knocks me out of the pool. So if you want to explain what exactly I'm doing here with how I'm firing.
Yeah, so there's there are 2 ways you optimize this fight to basically be around a minute and a half. One is what MM is doing right now called attack canceling, where what happens is after you shoot it with the phazon beam, it'll immediately go to its next action in its queue of actions to do. So it has like a queue of like around 15 to 20 actions, and that involves it moving around or attacking or just roaring at you. By going through that queue, it'll get it to lay a pool of phazon, which you need to damage it. And so that's just the optimal way of getting it to lay your damage resource as fast as possible. You do that 2 times, and then what MM is doing safely here is just continue to do that. There's another strat you can do called pool canceling, where you can buffer a phase-on beam shot even if you're outside of the phase-on pool for 1 frame, and because holding down A buffers the beam, it's just a very consistent thing to do, and so you can
Coming up on time
basically
very soon, by the way, and time.
GG's.
Alright.
Yeah, nicely done.
Thank you.
Except for the ice beam. Nice hot dog.
Yeah, that was a time.
Get hecked.
And it's gonna steal my orange suit, and we're gonna go back to grape. Like, dang, why are you doing that to me? Alright, so on my end, I'm seeing a 222.36.
That's what's on their end.
You're still underestimate, so pretty happy with that.
GG's.
Thank you very much for the GGs. So I guess while we let this final cutscene roll, thank you very much, Strizer, for letting me showcase this game and this run. I've had a lot of fun doing Prime Randomizer as of late, especially with that Mentor Tournament preset. Eventually, I do want to learn to like speedrun Vanilla Prime. Should be a good time.
Do it.
I've been also picking up on Super Metroid. I think the next game that I want to focus on, because there's a tournament coming up for it, is Mega Man X 100%. It's probably going to be something I'm picking up on too. Big shout outs to Bash Prime. Thank you for coming in and being willing to commentate with me, especially on like bit short notice. And thank you for vetting the seed as much as you tried to troll me. It's very fun.
Thank you, Bash Prime, for ruining MetroidMaster's day a little bit.
Thank you, Pro Peace, for being an awesome host, by the way.
No problem.
And chat, everyone who donated, thank y'all so much. Like I said earlier, I'm a 16-year and counting thyroid cancer survivor. I've been free and clear about that long. So, helping people with like preventing cancer or dealing with it is very important to me. I like to use video gaming as a way to give back, and I really like to have people not have to go through the same mess that I did. So yeah, the more that I can do that, the better. So thank y'all very much for donating, for the whole Game Over Cancer crew for running this event, along with everyone else. So yeah, no. Also shout outs to all the Metroid speedrunning communities, the Metroid Prime Randomizer, Randovania community. A lot of this wouldn't be possible without y'all, so thank y'all very much. If you're interested, there is a Discord for Prime Randomizer, Randovania. We do, obviously Prime Randomizer. There's multi-worlds for Prime, Prime 2, Metroid Samus Returns, AM2R. I believe they just added Factorio in the new version. I don't know if it's
Factorio is relatively new, yeah.
And then I believe we have a beta for Metroid Fusion Randomizer coming up soon as well. So
I think it's currently in beta. It's not
currently in
out
public
yet.
beta. So we should hopefully be having that added and ready at some point soon. All right, so I think that's it from me. Anything from you, Bash, or our host?
Yeah, follow MetroidMaster. Check out the randomizer communities for both Prime Rando and just Randovania as a whole with the other games it supports. And thanks again, Game Over Cancer team, for having us.
Yep. All right, so I think that's it from me. So I wish you all a good night, and I will see you all next mission.